Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura, and welcome to Yakking, where we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, because a lot of stuff happens in the next couple weeks, as well as has happened this week. And I want to kind of get a reference page for all you guys, just to let you guys know where we're at. So for a start, pointy haired Jedi. Here's a second shout out for you, man. Your Turpitz video, I don't know what else to say. Thank you. I held my girlfriend really close last night, so yeah. Who's sitting over next to me, by the way, all quiet and shy and blushing and embarrassed. But no, Kyra has been awesome and amazing, whether she realizes it or not, and whether she wants to admit it or not. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you for defending your position, and thank you for everything you said. Those words mean a lot. Especially when I had a troll come back and try to attack the channel. For those who were on live stream and saw iPad Laser come in and disrupt the channel with his friends, well, guess what? He tried to disrupt the Vermintide intro video with a boatload of dislikes and with a boatload of hostile comments. And it turns out that after doing, it doesn't take hardly any research to see that all the accounts that have commented and left those hateful comments obviously are bot accounts that belong to him. How is it obvious? Well, when I go look at these accounts to block them, and the only activity they've had in the last 6 months was subscribing to his channel and then giving one of his videos a like, I realized immediately that his 4,000 subscribers are likely nothing but fakes. Because he did actually put out a video in which he badmouthed me and told people to come and harass my channel, and no one did. And I went, wait, I know what's going on. And now that he's done this, I have taken screenshots of it all, sent it off to Google, and said, you guys, this is obviously someone who's manipulating the system, who is violating the YouTube ELA, who is cyberbullying and harassing another YouTuber, and on top of all of this, is cheating your system intentionally for personal gain. And I just sent the screenshots of all those accounts, of the things they said, and of the accounts themselves, and then removed all the comments and just smiled. If you are that, if you are so freaking wasted for things to do that, or so freaking sad that you have to come harass me like that and be my stalker, wow! I just said, apparently I had a stalker. You obviously need something better to do with your life. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and go over the other bad note here. Go ahead and get all the bad news out of the way so it's done and over with and you guys don't have to worry about it. As many of you know, I did a collab with Winning Wolves that involved his AMX 30. And it did have some luck in it, and I did, stress that there was a lot of luck there. But when I did this, I expected on the same day, because we had agreed to do this, and I'd sent him a replay and everything. I expected on the same day to have him come back and, show my video, show my replay, and give my channel a shout out, just like I did for him. And I knew it was only a matter of time before I ran into a YouTube collaborator who did this. It's been 3 weeks. He still hasn't come back and done it. As a matter of fact, he also did something else that is an absolute faux pas, because it makes it where my channel doesn't have unique content, and that is, he put up the same replay with his own commentary on the same day instead of my replay with his commentary. When I asked him about this, the equivalent of what I got was, I don't care what you think, I'm going to do what I want. I don't know what else to say. So his replay's been taken down. If he contacts me and we discuss something and I see my replay go up on his channel, then I will put it back up. But right now it is set to private mode on YouTube. I'm going to give him 3 weeks to reply, which seems perfectly reasonable. He puts up 2 videos a week. I'm going to give him 3 weeks to reply, apologize, or whatever. I know he's subscribed to the channel still, so there's that. But I'm going to give him 3 weeks to make a decision on what he wants to do. And if he doesn't get back to me in 3 weeks, then I'm just going to permanently delete it from the channel, and it's going to be gone. But yeah, that happened. Those 2 things happened. That's the thing. I am going to discourage anyone from retaliation against these 2 individuals. Like right now. Here's why. You're better than that. I'm better than that. We're all better than that. What's the best way to get back at these people? Pretend they don't exist. Because part of what they're doing is screaming, I exist and you will listen to me even if I think you're absolute trash. And if you just ignore them, what happens to them? They lose all their power. More importantly, Google is very likely to take care of iPad Laser now. He also went and recorded a bunch of stuff from my live streams using very bad recording software. I mean, this was sad. This is how much of a stalker this guy was. He recorded a bunch of rage moments from my live stream, made a compilation of it, and then attempted to use it to make fun of me by changing one of the letters of my name so that it didn't come up as me, but came up as him on an entirely another YouTube channel, which is also subscribed to his iPad Laser channel, and also has been liking videos from his iPad Laser channel, which is, again, a grievous violation of YouTube's terms of agreement. You can't do that. If you have 2 channels, technically, that one, they're supposed to put up 2 different forms of content, and 2, they're actually not supposed to be subscribed to each other under different email addresses. You're supposed to have that's why Fiaura Education does not have Fiaura the Tank Girl as a subscriber, because I'm not allowed to do it. And that's why Fiaura Education doesn't get likes from Fiaura the Tank Girl or comments from Fiaura the Tank Girl, because you're not allowed to do it. So that's the thing. For those who don't know, I do have a sex education channel. It just started up a couple weeks ago. I just put up the 3rd video this week. It's a once-a-week video. In the coming week, we'll be doing transgender theory, so that's going to be a thing. But we've done gender theory, why is pedophilia a problem, and sex education for children so far. I plan on doing transgender theory, and then that's the basic and then a sexual orientation video, and that gives you guys kind of the basics of gender and sex orientation and how to utilize that material. And then we're going to be getting into some more fun. And then we're going to be getting into some more fun and interesting stuff. But in the meantime, moving on, there will be no interviews this semester. I know a lot of you volunteered. There's not going to be any. I'm sorry. I cannot get IRB approval in time for the paper that I have to write. But there will be interviews next semester because I'm already working on IRB approval for those interviews. So next semester, which IRB, for those who don't know, is the institution that basically says the scientific research you are doing is morally and ethically sound, and therefore you are allowed to do it. And it does not violate anyone's rights in the process. So that's what IRB is. That's why I'm not going to be able to do interviews, because it's a long and drawn-out process. It's about 18 pages worth of filling stuff out to do personal interviews, and then it's another, and then it's a month-long process to get everything done. So sorry, but it will be next semester, hopefully. World of Tanks. There are some changes. Some changes I like. There is talk of dehomogenizing the view ranges. And we're going to be getting into the full spiel of what's going on with World of Tanks while I play a World of Warships replay. Let's get to that. So as I said, World of Tanks changes coming up. Big changes. By the way, as you notice, this is actually a replay from the Fortress event. I have been enjoying Soviet destroyers, but we're going to get into that very shortly here. World of Tanks, the view range changes I approve of. They're really, your draw range should be a circle. It shouldn't be a square. And there's also talk of dehomogenizing the view ranges, which is something that Armored Warfare has already done. A lot of things from Armored Warfare are coming over to World of Tanks, if you haven't noticed. There is a lot of alpha testing going on for massive rework of the entire artillery system, to almost completely mimic World Armored Warfare's artillery system. Hallelujah! 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 That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, that's how it should be. There is also Armored Warfare, which there are bugs, which are being reported and taken care of as quickly as they possibly can be. There's stuff like invisible walls, people shooting through objects that they should not be shooting through. I mean, there's a list of bugs, but it just came into open beta, guys. When World of Tanks first came into open beta, you think ghost shells are occasionally a problem right now? You try firing 25 shells at a tank and all of them pass through it because it's sitting in a spot where ghost shells are 100% guaranteed. You try driving down Himmelsdorf and discovering that one of the roads is completely impassable because there's an invisible wall there. I mean, it has its bugs, and there is no replay system yet, which irks me to Hades, because I would love to have people sending me Armored Warfare replays to use. But overall, mechanically wise, it's the better game. They just need to work out their kinks and get a replay system in place, and they will have everything World of Tanks has, and actually already have the better mechanics that World of Tanks is copying, which you can expect to see Wargaming go the route of Blizzard and copy a lot of their competition's good ideas. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the two games shape up and change radically. Speaking of bugs in World of Warships, I really wish they would fix the bug that lets you click outside the window when you're in borderless window mode during a World of Warships match, because you're going to see in this replay, I'm going to get hit by a torpedo. I would have never got hit by said torpedo if my Windows Start menu hadn't suddenly come up and I opened up a program and I couldn't do anything to get back into Warships to finish turning out of the way. I wish they would fix that. But they haven't yet, so we'll see when they do. But those are the things going on with Warships, with the war games I do. Now we're going to move, well, almost everything. The Tier 10 League, they're going forward with it, and they're going forward with it hard. The qualifiers are going to start a week from this Saturday with the group stages, assuming we need group stages for the qualifiers. Yeah, I got to spend the rest of the battle at 2,000 hit points because of a bug. As you can see, I'm actually slowing down because the throttle went to 0 because I wasn't clicking the window anymore. Yeah. But they're going ahead with it, and the format is 768. That means 7 tanks, 68 tier points, and also we get things and stuff. We cannot bring more than 2 tanks of the exact same model. You can bring multiples of the same class, just not the same model. So it's going to make things interesting. In the meantime, we are going to be looking at my league team. We're getting ready to go. We need to practice more. We're going to be practicing 4 days this week and 4 days next week. We're going to try to get ourselves as close to in-sync as possible, and then we have 2 weeks straight of qualifier. I hope we can get everything down pat and everything together, and we can be ready for this. But moving on, we are going to be also... So Friday, I got an email today, and one of my fans suggested I email them back in August, and they finally got around to me. Apparently I got lost in the shuffle, is what I was told, but I got an email today from Jupiter Broadcasting, which is a podcast that does a lot of tech talk about women in technology and about just, you know, technology stuff in general, and they want me on their show on Friday. So I'm hoping to hear back from them today while you guys are watching this video about what time, and maybe get an interview sheet to see what all we're going to be talking about so I can prepare. But I've put a link to their website in the description below for you guys to go look at, and I've been listening to about 1 or 2 of their podcasts a week. I'm not an avid listener of podcasts, but when I do feel like having something to listen to, you know, or something spikes my interest, I go listen to it. But they also have a few thousand subscribers to their podcasts, and this is going to be the biggest thing that I've been on so far. So if you guys want to go check them out, or if you guys want to listen to the podcast, I will be giving you the link as soon as it is up. Assuming it goes up and everything goes through, it'll be there. And hopefully I am allowed to record for my own purposes and can just, you know, put out a YouTube video advertising their podcast, and at the same time it'll just be gameplay in the background with the interview going. That's all it'll be. It'll probably just be some Armored Warfare or some Vermintide, with some Vermintide in the background, and you guys will just be hearing the interview. You won't be hearing the game. You'll just be hearing the interview. But that's the thing. That's happening. I am super excited to be working with Paige and Jupiter Broadcasting. So, yeah. In the meantime, we're going to be moving into the next little thing that's come up, and that is your World of Warships, World of Tanks, War Thunder replays. Send them. Send them, send them, send them, send them. If it's something as simple as a Top Gun or a High Caliber, or just start sending me stuff, guys. You'd be surprised the type of stuff that actually gets put up on the channel and used. Even if you don't think it's quite YouTube worthy, send it to me anyway. You never know. I might use it for a warm-up match, but I really, really, really need you guys to start sending me stuff. I've actually just about run out. And I'm getting maybe 1 or 2 replays a day now. I get that Armored Warfare is taking up a lot of people's time, and I'm sorry that I can't put more of you guys out there with Armored Warfare going at the same time and no Armored Warfare replay system. Obsidian! YouTubers need a replay system so we can do guest stars! Make this possible! It also helps for reviewing mistakes and getting ideas about how to work the map even better. But seriously, make this possible. But yeah, that's something that's needed. NekoCon is coming up. It's also the same week. It'll also be the same weekend that the group stages are for the Gold League tournament, which means that I might be having to go back to my hotel room at NekoCon and play for the Gold League tournament as our team captain if there's a group stage. This is the first time ever that I have gone into the qualifier and hoped there is no group stage. Because part of the group stage is eliminating a lot of teams. And what you end up with is you end up with a lot of good teams underestimating people, and a lot of the better teams actually get knocked out during the group stage. So, yeah. This is the first time I've ever had a qualifier in which I'm not hoping for a group stage. Because also a group stage, to me, would help our team prove themselves as a team to each other. So that we now know we can rely on each other and we can depend on each other as a team. But this is the first time I'm like, I hope there's no group stage, because I'm going to be at NekoCon recording stuff for you guys. I'm going to try to get some cosplay stuff recorded. Any panels I go into where they allow me to record, I'm going to record them, obviously. And I'm just going to be in there with you, hoping to get as much footage for you guys as possible from NekoCon. There will be videos going up. They will be pre-scheduled. I won't be answering YouTube comments until Monday night after class. So anything said from Thursday at 9 o'clock until Monday night will have no replies, guys. I'm warning you now. The videos will still be going up, but there won't be any replies for those days because of NekoCon. I'll be at NekoCon. But then immediately on that Monday, I hope to be able to get you guys some cosplay footage and some footage from NekoCon, and hopefully some special announcements or other things about anime and about games that are going to be happening. So there is that. In the meantime, the last thing I want to go over before we move into the Armored Warfare additional footage is the charity live stream. So I'm working on raging less. As a person, this needs to happen. As a YouTube personality, it kind of needs to happen. I mean, I get that some people do enjoy my rage, but I also get that quite a few people don't. You still subscribe to the channel because you enjoy the regular videos. You just don't come out to the live streams because you know that there's going to be moments where I absolutely go ballistic. Part of it, guys, is you have to understand it is an act. It's not that I want to put you guys on or anything. It's that it's part of a persona that I've developed, but I know that it needs to happen less. So when I step into this persona, I'm going to be physically trying to rage less. And with the charity live stream coming up, I have kind of a sneaky way of doing this. So as this World of Warship replay ends, there's going to be a little bit of black screen, and I'm sorry. But I am actually... the charity live stream, by the way, for this month was voted by you guys, Boys and Girls Club of America. Next month, however, is Meals on Wheels, and the following month is Wounded Warriors. So that's for a start. But the charity live stream rules are as follows. 50% of all funding donations during the live stream go to charity, period. For every 150,000 credits Fiaura earns in World of Tanks, or whatever game she is playing, I donate $1. And for the upcoming live stream, this charity live stream anyway, I am going to donate $1 of my NicoCon money for every time I rage. Every single time. And for every time that I raise my voice to say a curse word that is not crap baskets, I'm also going to have to donate $1, and you guys can call me on it. Yeah, this is going to be a hell of a challenge. In the meantime, let's move on to some Armored Warfare footage, shall we? So, as we're wrapping up here, I ain't got a lot left to talk about right now. But, as I said, I've been having a good time on World of Warships, which the Soviet destroyers have been surprisingly good for me. It encourages a lot of forethought if I want to get a torpedo run in. But at the same time, the guns, oh my god, the ability just to sit back and invisa shoot has been a godsend for me, and be that maneuverable, so if I am spotted, I can just, you know, get out of the way. So, Soviet destroyers and the charity live stream are awesome. As always, you guys are awesome and amazing. I really do need your replays, though. I can't say that enough. If you want to look in the description below, you can go check out the Juniper Broadcasting and their podcast to know kind of who I'm going to be talking to and what we're going to be talking about. I've been listening to them for the past month or so, just off and on, every once in a while, just going in and listening to the podcast. I'm probably going to listen to one tonight while I study. But, yeah, I really hope they get back to me by tomorrow, and we can discuss stuff on Friday as a part of an interview, which will be awesome. As far as everything else going on, I've actually found a battalion in Armored Warfare. They have an NA and a pair of EU branches, and we're looking at expanding to another NA branch because we're full. And these guys are, while they're not the best of the best as far as actually being really good at the game, what they are is good people. And they are good at the game. They are at least decent enough to be able... I think we were running PvE matches, and I'm giving them a shout out right now because they have so far been awesome and really amazing towards me as human beings. The community is absolutely one of the best I've ever run into in any online game. I haven't had this good of a community ever. But they are mostly older folks, but they are very open-minded about, you know, life and stuff. And so long as you're a decent person and you're not like being an ass, which I think that's their #1 rule, don't be an asshole, they are more than happy to have you. And their name is the Iron Tigers Battalion. It's currently run by, I believe, let me find his name for you guys. Who's my boss, technically? Oh bloody hell, Fiaura. It looks bad when you don't know your boss. It looks really bad when you don't know your boss, Fiaura. I'm just saying. Talos is one of our executive officers. He's a really good guy. I'm a tactical officer and a training officer, so there's that. And I believe that Old Man is his name, Old Man 57. So if you want to join the clan or you want to talk to people about joining the clan, you need to contact Old Man 57, FSF Talos, or Lord Faulty, and the Faulty is spelled with a W instead of a U, so it's Fawlty, and there's a space in his name, but the other two don't have spaces. Or you can talk to me in Armored Warfare about joining the clan, and I'll see what I can do to get you in. But it's just, they've been a super great bunch of guys, and a couple girls, and I don't have anything else really to say about it. They have just been really, really good people for me. And on top of that, they also have a sponsor who's paying for their TeamSpeak, paying for their website. So they're a sponsored clan, which I didn't realize was an actual thing until they explained how the sponsorship works. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of sweet. And I do believe they're looking at opening up another battalion. So I have found a clan in a battalion, clan, whatever you want to call it, in Armored Warfare. And I don't think I'm going anywhere anytime soon, because while their skill level is not the best in the world, they're still pretty good. They're a bunch of above average players who are working together to get better at the game, and like I said, PvE wise, we can run, and they do run a lot of PvE. There are some players like me who switch between PvE and PvP, and there's enough of us that there's constantly the availability of a platoon for whichever one you want to do. But they can run through hard mode PvE missions in 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. And we're talking 8 missions an hour. You want to grind through some tanks? Good lord. I think in an hour we ended up with something like 30,000 reputation in an hour from PvE, and it's very consistent wins and very consistent reputation gains, so it's there. I think that's about everything for right now, guys. I don't have anything else really to talk about, and I think I'm also running out of time. How much time have I actually used here? Oh yeah, I am running short of time, because that's starting to spill into the to the 30-minute mark. So that's going to be it for this week's Yakking. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Go check out the vampire video up today. There will be a Dragon Age video up for you guys tomorrow, and then back to Vermintide and Darkest Dungeon as well. So go check them out. I hope to see you guys tomorrow in the next video, and I hope to see you guys on Wednesday for the live stream as well as the videos that go up then. In the meantime, this is Fiaura officially signing out for right now, and I will see you guys then. Bye bye, guys. This is kind of something that really actually affects not just me, but the community, the YouTube community as a whole. So my biggest gripe right now is actually TPP. So what is this? Basically, it is called the Trans-Pacific Partnership Treaty. It's a trade treaty that on the surface is supposed to make it easier to trade goods and services between countries, i.e., you know, make tariffs lower, make it quicker, make it easier, make security not have to be as thorough, however you want to phrase it. But there are some major changes to copyright law within it that drastically affect the entire video game industry. And the reason that this would affect, say, someone in Europe or Asia is because, well, most video games are made in China, Japan, America, Australia, and Canada. So where all these video games are made, these companies are now going to be expecting your country to honor this trade pact. And it's between basically every single developed and developing country in the Pacific has gotten in on this, and about 150 plus companies have been negotiating this. So there's links in the description to give you guys the long version of this, but I'm going to give you the short version of how this affects particularly the Let's Play community